Hello and welcome to the United Community Channel. This is your match reaction video. Manchester United 2, Wigan 0. And we're into the next round of the FA Cup. Not a resounding victory, you would say, but one that I suppose we can be happy with. Cup football is cup football, and we're into the next round, thankfully. We've got the usual crew in, as always. We've got Oisín, we've got Ben, we've got Alex, and we've got Chris. Great to see you, as always. Like I said, guys, any other official members, if you do want to get involved and come on live on the screen with us, the link is on the community tab. Oisín, I'll go to you. You're on my direct. How did you explain it to me? Right on the screen, left.
I'm on your left, camera right.
You're on my left, right? Okay, sorry. There you go. Yes, that's my left arm. Yeah, brilliant. Well, what do you make of it? Happy enough with the result, more so than the performance?
Performance was poor. I felt, especially second half, we didn't do a whole lot. That penalty we'll get to later on. We'll take it. We'll move forward, but I don't think Newport and Eastleigh will be losing too much sleep after watching that tonight, you know.
Yeah, and that is a sentence in itself, that Newport and Eastleigh won't be worried about Manchester United. But Chris, take over. What do you think? Anything stand out for you? Anything you were unhappy with, or are you just happy to be in the next round?
I don't even know if I'm happy to be in the next round, to be honest. But at the same time, like I mean, the first half was better. I mean, created chances. We're poor, and I just don't see how McTominay, like, how's he played 90 minutes? I just don't know. I mean, like I said, he can't. We have a hard. My biggest thing is like watching him. Like, yeah, he can run forward, and that's great. But when it comes to like pressing and trying to read the game and where the ball is going to go, he has no idea. Like, I don't even know what he's looking at. So most of the time when we try to press a little bit, and then it gets let out because the guy that McTominay's supposed to be on is just standing by himself. It's like,
yeah.
It's a complete letdown. But I mean, we created some chances. I mean, I think the first half, the goalkeeper Tickle, he was standing on his head. I mean, he's making saves. I mean, I got to give him credit, but
yeah.
I mean, we just need to finish better. I mean, that's all. If we finish better, it's 4-0, and we're bringing on the youth in the second half.
Yeah,
you know,
and as early as we possibly can. Yeah. Alex, I'll go to you next. I mean, the supply, I think, was there tonight, but the goals weren't. You know, is it down to bad finishing? Is it down to, maybe a lack of confidence? What did you make of it yourself?
Highland has to score them. Like Highland has to score them. I thought Rashford was very greedy. He was trying to show off who he is. Like, Marcus Rashford, like, he wasn't passing. Like, Garnacho was probably our best forward. Like, and I don't know if it was a penalty or not, but we got the job done. Like, but Highland needs to be finishing them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Rashford is greedy out. Like, geez, will he ever pass the ball? Like, he was passing the ball, but in 1-1 situation, he was trying to get past, like, the defender. Like, and he was just, don't do it. I'm not saying don't do it, but don't keep doing it. Like,
yeah. Ben, talk to me about Garnacho on that right hand side. I think we've got a solution to our right wing problem.
Definitely, yeah. He's got to be there on every game.
Yeah.
Who's gonna, like you say, who else can play there like that? Even his crossing, early crosses tonight, just getting crosses into the box. I weren't too worried about. We didn't score all that.
Yeah. Well, I thought I didn't realize his left foot was as strong as it actually was.
Yeah. Like you say, we're getting the crosses into it, and I weren't too worried. Yeah, we should have scored more, but we're making chances, and we've been asking for ball to go into the box, and it's happened, hasn't it? So
yeah, absolutely, 100%. Like, I love Highland, and I want him to succeed. And we've been talking now, like that you mentioned there, and I go to you, Oisín, on this one. I mean, if he's going to get, like, he got maybe 3 or 4 decent chances tonight and didn't take him. The header off the crossbar was the biggest one. Is there a worry that he's not the guy, or do we have to be very patient, or does he need a bit of support in terms of, do we get another striker in January and go, look, it's not all on you anymore?
That's a no-brainer. We need another forward in January. That just goes without saying. I'm just making some notes here on what I thought about the game, and I disagree with you saying the one off the header was the best chance he had. I thought when the keeper saved it came back to him. You said it came at him too fast.
Oh yeah.
I disagree. I think if he stuck his arse to that, it would have gone in.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that. I think what it is about Hoyland is he makes the runs, but does he make the right run at the right time all the time? Does he need someone? And we've been saying it a while now in the chats in the group. Does he need someone that he can look at, like maybe, I don't know, I'm just plucking name up from the air, like an Ibrahimovic, who'll show him when to make the right turn, when to hold back, which would allow Garnacho and Rashford the opportunity to get their heads up and spot him more and give him better service. I also have a note down here saying unbalanced, in that Garnacho was beating his man and putting crosses in. Rashford was still cutting inside and wasn't going down, putting crosses in. And once he got inside, he was just hitting the ball from anywhere. Typical Rashford. And I don't mind my striker being greedy. I mean, if you don't shoot, you can't score. So I don't mind him being greedy, but it was just his decision making. He took the wrong decision far too often tonight. And I think that the front three were unbalanced because of that, because we didn't have a corresponding left footer to beat the man and put the ball in from the other side for Hoyland. But I think Hoyland will come. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, so what you're saying is you would like to see a right footer on the right hand side and a left footer on the left hand side rather than two right footers.
Preferably, because it would then give us. I've said it many times. We're too easy to defend against. Everyone knows what Rashford's going to do. He's not going to go outside you. He's going to come inside on his right foot. Give him something to think about. You know, even if Rashford himself did it once or twice and got pat, it'll give the defender something to think about. But at the moment, we're still too easy to defend against. But I do think we need a striker in January. They're hard to come by, especially the 20-plus striker we're going to need. But I think we're going to have to do a bit of digging there and find someone.
Yeah. I mean, a 20-plus striker is 100 million now at this stage, and we don't have that. Chris, give me your thoughts on it. Like, we're talking about Rashford there, and I've got a note down here myself, and it basically just says, what's wrong with Rashford? You know, and I kind of got the sense tonight that he was trying to do too much, nearly.
I think
that's just me.
Agree.
I think he's trying to do too much because I think he knows we're playing Wigan and I can blow past everybody and do what I can. I can do what I want to do, and I get that to a certain point, and I agree with Oshin that. Yeah, he needs to be greedy, and that's who we want him to be and everything. And I also agree that he needs to do all facets of the game, meaning take it to the touchline, make a cross. Because you can't tell me Rashford doesn't have a left foot that he can't cross it. He does. He's just not doing it. The one thing that bothers me about Rashford is he stops the ball so much it drives me nuts.
Yeah,
like it just stops, and then he wiggles his foot around the ball like Harry Potter is going to make something happen. Like, it's just like, it drives me absolutely up a wall. And it's just like, when you stop the ball, everybody can defend you. Yeah. So it doesn't, I mean, that's my problem. But I mean, I think his problem right now is decisiveness. He needs to be decisive when he does. And just go with it, you know, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, because if you go to the end line and make a cross and no one gets on it, fine. If you cut it inside, you take a shot, it gets blocked or it goes wide, it's fine. Just be decisive and things will happen. It's when he's indecisive and he stops the ball, and then once he stops the ball, you know what's going to happen. It's going to go backwards, you know. And I just think, and this is my part of where I look at Ten Hag and I say, you know, you need to instill some sort of, hey, it's to the end line, it's inside, it's this, it's that. You have to have some sort of a plan. And I don't think he tells them. It's like, I don't care if you said the first 5 times you get the ball, take it to the end line and cross it. I don't care. Just do it. And then from there, like Oshin said, maybe that opens things up. So that way, the 6th time, when he cuts in, the defender is going to be beside himself. Like, oh my gosh, what did he just do? But I mean, it's just like, we don't have a plan. But I really think that we don't have a plan when we get in the offensive third. Like, it's, you know, we don't ever, we try to, like, and I said it, like, when we cross the ball, it's like we try to pick out that person and put it on his head instead of, hey, put it in this space so everybody can run onto it. Like, because you can't be perfect and put it like straight on someone's head or his foot. You just got to put it in an area, front post, near post, mid goal, and let guys converge and run onto it. We're very poor at it, and it's bad, you know. And as far as a striker, you guys better be ready for Choupo-Moting or someone like that, because that's what we're going to end up with.
For anyone just joining us, we actually did win tonight, by the way. Let me get down through some of the comments here and we'll see what's going on, what people are thinking. Get your comments in as always, guys. Niall says, only concern after that game was no supply to Highland. Aaron says, I think that was a pen. Am I the only one? We'll get onto the penalty in a moment. Desi says, let's not get too carried away tonight. Oh, we're fucking not getting carried away. Don't you worry. I was slightly positive coming into this fucking live. Now I'm going to bed after this now, so I am. Spurs up next. Rashford was absolutely shocking again tonight. Brutal game to watch. Rashford was absolutely shocking. Soft penalty. Brendan says, Niall, man, 100% correct. Rashford drives me mad. The right footer on the left side, predictable. That's exactly what Oisin was saying. It's nice to still have something to play for this season, says Finn. Yeah, keeping the positives out there. We should be creating chances against Wigan, but can we create chances in the big games? Question. And as far as getting another striker, we need to be able to get the ball to him first. That's a good point as well. We've spoken about that on numerous occasions. He was doing fuck all. Come on. I'm not sure who we're talking about there. Rashford says, Niall says, Rashford is playing like Anthony and getting too predictable. That's a fucking very good point. Now, and I've never even put that connection together, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, Finn says, if Rashford was a younger player, he'd be loaned out or even sold. I want to talk real quick and try and bring a bit of positivity into it here. Let's talk about Kobe Mainoo for a second. I'll go to you on this one, Ben. This kid can go all the way to the. I hate saying that, you know, he's going to go to the top. You know what I mean? But he's fucking unbelievable, isn't he?
Yeah, he's different class, isn't he? He's comfortable on the ball anywhere. If he's in a tight spot, he just makes it look easy, don't it?
Yeah.
Just touch, pass, moves on.
And
he's like a Michael Carrick, isn't he?
Yeah.
Similar. Do you know Michael Carrick just got the ball and did easy, and nobody was like, "Oh, he's world's best player," because he does the hard stuff and makes it look easy in the spaces, don't he?
Under the radar, just kind of looks like he's nearly doing it in slow motion, nearly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll ask you, Annie, you can jump in on this if you want. Does Kobe Mainoo play a more advanced role when Casemiro returns? You know what I mean? Like, do you move the Kobe Mainoo maybe into an 8 where maybe a Christian Eriksen was playing previously, you know, and have your Casemiro, Bruno, and Kobe Mainoo? Is that the future maybe?
Yeah.
If it keeps McTominay out of the team, yeah, absolutely.
What'd you say that again?
I said if it keeps McTominay out of the team, absolutely.
yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
He is for sure.
So, man of the matches then. I'll ask you first, Alex. Who was your man of the match and why?
Actually, you'd have to go Garnacho or Mainoo. I'd give it Garnacho. He created the most.
Yeah. Very surprising one out of Ali McKay's picking Delo, but anyway. Oisin, man of the match.
Yeah, Ali McCoy is the football man's thinking man, isn't he? You know,
I actually like him though. He seems like a lad I'd like to sit down and have a few pints with. I'd say you'd have a laugh. Like,
I have 2 names circled here, Garnacho, but I just have Mainoo just ahead of him because he just stayed in the shape. Nothing, you know, he was cool and calm. And okay, we all want to see creative players, but Mainoo gave him that foundation. And there was a point there where they were on a counter attack after a pretty poor Bruno corner, and Mainoo ate up the ground. And took the ball and put it for a corner. I mean,
easy on made up the ground on a guy that's in League One. Because if that's anybody else, the guy's off to the races.
Could you or I do it, Chris? Could you or I do it?
I think so, yes. In our prime, yes. But I mean, if that's a guy,
we're not in our prime no more, my friend. We are not in our prime no more.
I mean, but this is the first. I mean, let's be honest. Like I have Kobe Mainoo, but. Like he made a really good recovery run, but if that's anybody in the Premier League making a counterattack, they're gone. Like he's not catching them, and we've seen it. We've
you
seen
can only
it.
play what's in front of you.
We,
You can only play what's in
we've
front of you.
seen him get beat by speed. And the guy in League One, not the championship, in League One, he caught a guy in League One. So let's call him the Jets on the speed.
Yeah, but
it was going so well, Chris. You were agreeing with me all at the start of the video. Now,
yeah, but
McTominay wouldn't have done it.
like when you look at it, Usain Bolt is a shit footballer, but he wouldn't have caught him. So I think league position doesn't necessarily negate speed or anything like that.
On.
All right,
I'll let it go. I'll let it run. I'll let it run.
So watch this. So Chris, who's your man of the match?
I think it was Kobe Mainu for what he did. I'm not saying it's because he chased some guy down. I think it's because of the way he played and how he held the midfield together. And to answer your question, I don't know if you put him at an 8, because I don't know if I understand it, but I think it's I don't know if you, because he does so well in calming the ship in front of the center backs and what he does there. I don't know if you take that away. I don't know if you don't put him at the 6 and put Casemiro at the 8 and let him go box to box. I don't. It's an interesting thing to see. I don't think he'll fail at it, but it's a lot tougher of a job to do that link up play.
Yeah.
So,
Ben,
but I don't. I'm not gonna. I think he can do it, but at 8, like we talk about it, 18 years old, that's a tough thing to ask.
Big responsibility. Ben, man of the match.
Mainu. I think he just managed the game, didn't he? He just managed the game well. Like you say, he needed to be where he was. The ball was going, he was there, weren't he? So
yeah, absolutely, 100%. I'm going to go with Mainu as well, and like getting onto some of the points that G made there about him, and the recovery run while it was a I won't say brilliant because I don't want to annoy any particular person, or I won't say it was shit either. I think it was a good recovery run. But what I was impressed more than anything else was his body shape when he got to the man. It was perfect. He gave him the slightest little, angle where he couldn't go down the line any further, or because he was closing off the angle for a shot and goal. And then when he had to come back inside to open up on the angle, just a little toe in. I think that's playing in defense, and not being a big guy like I am. That was my whole game. It's just showing lads in a certain direction. You know what I mean? With the indicators on. I think that's really good. I think
big size.
Oh yeah. And when you've got the big thick ankle guards on, so you can just fucking fly into tackles then as well. But I think Kobe Mainu can play in an 8, and I think if he does, right, if Ten Hag decides to go with a 6 with Casemiro and then Mainu and Bruno Fernandes, it's as close that it's not as close, but it's a similar type of setup that Real Madrid had with Kroos, Modric, and Casemiro sitting behind. 2 ball-playing midfielders with very little physicality, and Casemiro just, holding the fort behind him. Now, obviously, he's older now than he was, when he was in his prime at Real Madrid. But I think in terms of play style, I think it's very similar. No? Chris, you're shaking your head.
I'm just thinking about the Fernandes to Modric comparison because
I know. Look, remember we've done that before. Look, pinch of salt.
No, but I agree with you. I do. I think that's probably the closest thing that we can get to it. I wish that Fernandes played like Luka Modric. But
yeah, we're a dying breed, in fairness. Oisin, let me go to you on this one, and we'll see what people think here. Does that pressure, or does that result take pressure off of Ten Hag or add pressure to Ten Hag?
I think with the team that he put out, he got a win, but let's call a spade a spade. It was a scraped win. It wasn't a runaway success. He put out possibly our strongest available 11 to us. And to paraphrase a certain member of this group, it was a League One team. We should have been blowing this team away, And I said it in my match build-up, I wanted to see a swashbuckling United come out. I wanted to see an all-star United just spraying balls around, making Wigan move. But there was times when, I mean, we just made it too easy for Wigan. They sat deep and we had nothing to break them down with. We couldn't get in behind them. Rashford was too easy coming across in front of them. And all too often, a lot of our shots are coming from the edge of the box and easily blocked down. Does it alleviate the pressure? It gets us into the fourth round, and it's a win. But it is just that. It doesn't alleviate much pressure for me, but it does take some off him. Because if he picked a youth team or a more mixed team, you could probably say the pressure off him a bit more. Yeah. But it just was a bit flat for me with the team he put out.
Yeah. I don't think we were ever under severe pressure though, Chris. Were we? Like,
No.
Like I think, yeah. Like I'm happy with the result. We're into the next round. To say I'm a little bit shocked of the year response to it. I'm not shocked with it, but I'm probably I would have probably erred on the side of positivity a little bit more. And look, you know that I can go through phases of being fucking, you know, on that way at the other side of it as well. But I mean, cup game away from home, 2-0, job done, really.
No, I mean, I have to agree with it's job done. I don't think there's a lot of. I mean, I think a loss would have put the pressure on. I don't think this alleviates or puts more on. I think we're still in the same spot because I mean it's Wigan. I mean, let's be honest. And so at that point, but I mean, I thought the first half I was very excited. I'm listening. I mean, I didn't get to watch it. I caught up, but listening to everything, you know, the chances, to everything, and I was excited. I'm like, all right, we're just not finishing. I can go with that. But then we come out flat in the second half, and it's like, oh, we're winning 1-0. It doesn't matter. No, you should come out, and that same intensity needs to be there, and you need to try. We should have put them away like immediately.
20 minutes into the game, it should have been over.
And I get it, but even 20 minutes in the second half, you're still only winning 1-0. Like you said, Jack, one counterattack and it's 1-1, and now we're in the shit. Yeah. You know, and so it's like, come out, put the intensity there, you know, make it 3-0 in the first. Because let's be honest, if I'm Marcus Rashford and I'm playing away at Wigan, I want to come out and make it 3-0 so maybe I can go sit down for a little bit and take a rest. I mean, because I mean that's what starter, like you come out and you want your starters to hammer them, and then you can rest your starters. Then you can make the necessary subs to give them a rest, even more rest, even though we don't play any games until we see Spurs. But more rest, the more rest you can get, the better. You know, I mean, it's just
rest is best.
Yeah, but I mean, and you don't risk any stupid injuries or anything like that.
Yeah,
or
you're dead right.
So I mean, you come out, you hammer them, you get you get 3-0, at least 2-0 in the first 10 minutes of the second half, and you can start making your substitutions at that point.
Yeah,
but we didn't, and we came out flat, and that's what bothers me about it. It's just we came out flat in the second half.
Yeah. Let me get down through some of the comments here. We'll see what people are saying before we finish up. Kiefer's not happy. He says, lads, we're shocking. Fucking terrible. No man of the match. We are shocking, lads. We're getting 2 ahead here. Ten Hag is in big trouble, unfortunately. Niall says, would Mount on the right and Garnacho on the left be a good shout? Well, the way Garnacho is playing on the left or on the right, I'm happy for him to stay there. But then we need Marcus Rashford to improve on that left-hand side as well, because all of a sudden then we're going to go from having an issue on the right-hand side to having an issue on the left. You know what I mean? And that's the big concern there. Finn says Mount needs massive improvement when he returns. Absolutely. Thinking the same, says Darrell. Think a one-legged Mount on crutches would be better than a two-legged Anthony. Kiefer says this game was as depressing, even a win as it was losing 7-0 to Liverpool. Oh, gee, I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far. Party Pooper with a bit of positivity is saying 2-0 is a good win for us. Yeah, look, I'm happy we're into the next round. Kiefer's back. He says, fucking playing McSauce. Jesus Christ. That so-and-so would be lucky to get into the Wigan team. Just for playing him, he deserves the sack. If McSauce plays next Prem game, I'm Ten Hag out. John says, it's great to see a win, but we are just not clinical enough in front of goal. Absolutely. Consistency 100%. Is the biggest worry. That's spot on. John Another John says, the only thing I would say is if social media exists in the first 3 years of Sir Alex, he would have not he wouldn't have survived. Ten Hag should not be under pressure, but only from United fans. If you're Rashford, would you not be embarrassed with your performance tonight? I thought he was okay in the first half. He was involved in an awful lot of the good things that we were doing. Just second half, he went missing. Danny says, good win for us, but if we took our chances, could have been even more. Tottenham next. Hopefully we can get a result against them. Bring back 4-4-2. There we go, Oisín. Look at that. Let me just put Oisín's name in. Can I turn on the names? Look. Let me see now. I can do it. Hold on 1 second. It's going to be deadly. How do I hide it?
There it is.
There we go. 1 sec now. Round of applause there for Oisín, everybody. Hooray. Yes. Love it. Happy days. But look, lads, we'll leave it on that positive note.
It was a penalty.
We're not going to discuss the penalty.
It was a penalty.
Oh, the fucking penalty. Sorry. Jesus. Was it a penalty?
It was harsh, but like he went down.
Go on, Alex.
A ton of bricks. It was a penalty, all right. Was it a penalty? He went down like a ton of bricks, like so. It probably was. He felt the contact, so he went down.
Yeah, it's typical. Oisín, it's
Bruno.
typical kind of Bruno just looking for something like that and making a mountain out of a molehill.
100%. It was. But I mean, look, we said in the chat if it was a Premier League game or a VR game, it wouldn't have been overturned. I'm glad. I'm glad it was given. Would I be embarrassed if my 8-year-old daughter did that in her own Sunday league game? Absolutely. But it's
Liverpool.
It's small margins, and it worked out for us this time. If it was given against us, it'd be a different conversation.
Yeah. Ben, again, we've been talking there. Would VAR have even overturned it?
No, they won't. There was contact, weren't there? So it's not an error, is it?
Yeah, clear.
No, I think it's that though. It's nowadays it is a penalty, isn't it? Do you know, like back in our day, you just laugh, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays, a bit of contact is a penalty, isn't it? So
yeah, it's just the game. The game has gone to the dogs.
I mean,
Chris,
if it was in our day, if one of your forwards did that, you probably look at them at halftime or at the end of the game like, seriously, what is wrong with you? Because that's just, I mean, there was contact, yeah, and Bruno's a little soft, and he sold it well, but there was contact. So nowadays, that contact constitutes a penalty kick, and it sucks. But it worked, like you said, Jack. It worked out in our favor, so we take it. We take it and run.
Old man by.
Yeah. Old men that when I played, it was offsides.
Yeah. Well, the one thing I would say, all right, and I've noticed it now, and I know now that people are actually listening to me in the chat a little bit, because remember you asked me, Oisín, how do you improve your videos? And I said, just above eye level. Look at that. Just above eye level, boy. Absolutely perfect. Great camera positioning, Ben. I have to say, I love it, man.
That's it.
Absolutely love it. Boys, appreciate you coming on as always. We leave it there. I'm happy. We're into the next round of the Cup. Happy days. Spurs will be a different kettle of fish on Sunday, but we'll worry about that when we get there.
Vernon will score a hat-trick.
What's that?
Timo Werner will score a hat-trick.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Timo Werner's got to find the net first. He couldn't find the net in England his whole career.
Yeah. He has to learn what football is first.
Look at we're going in for him, and he's gone to Spurs and he's bound to win it.
Yeah, against us. Yeah, he is. We get Choupo-Moting in, and he'll fucking trip up on the curb doing his medical, and he'll be out for 6 months. But anyway, guys, look, I appreciate it as always. Smash a like on the video if you haven't done so already, guys. Get your match preview videos into us as well for the Spurs game on the weekend. Getting some good feedback already about them as well. So if it's something you want to do get it done. Look at this fucker with his pizza.
You fucking rich bastard.
I'll send you a picture of the pizza.
Yeah. I'm going to block you for the next 8 hours on fucking WhatsApp, so I am. Well, lads, look, I appreciate it as always. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back tomorrow night for our regular news show. What's tomorrow? Oh, no, sorry. Tomorrow's Tuesday. No news tomorrow. Football Manager at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. So we'll be back for that. And then the news then again on Wednesday. Lads, thanks for watching. And I'll chat to you during the week. All right.
Catch you later.
Take it easy, boys. Thanks everyone else for watching, guys. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe on your way out if you're new. And I'll chat to you tomorrow night. Take it easy.